Hello from the hospital. As some of you may know, I am taking a social media break at the moment. So my Instagram, my TikTok, they're all deactivated at the moment. And that's a separate video that I will share why I chose to do that. But I planned on making a video this week on my channel, just kind of giving a life update and just checking in with you guys because it's been a while since I posted a video. But life had different plans and I ended up in the hospital. It's really cold in this room. Oh my gosh. I woke up 3 days ago and the left side of my body was numb from my upper back to my feet. I thought, that's really weird. I must have slept on it wrong because sometimes when I lay on my body at a certain position, I'll wake up and my body will feel like it's asleep, and that's what this feels like. It feels like it's asleep. I wasn't concerned about it. I spent the day with my family. I never even said anything to them because I thought it was just like this temporary thing that would go away. And it didn't seem like a big deal at the time, but I did tell my boyfriend, if it's like this in a couple days, I'll probably just go to, the doctor and see what's going on. Well, the next day I woke up and my whole saddle region is numb. I was like, oh, well, this can't be normal. This is probably a cause for concern. So I looked it up and I found this one condition that I thought it could be, which is called cauda equina, which is basically like the nerves in your lower back. It looks like a horse's tail and it goes to your legs. So if something's wrong with that area, they have to do surgery. So I was kind of mentally preparing for that to be the case. But I came in, did my first MRI. It came back inconclusive and they told me that I did not have that. But because I was numb, it was a cause for concern. So they said, we need to keep you overnight and do a couple more MRIs. 4 more to be exact. We got to do your brain, we got to do your upper neck, we got to do the rest of your back because we need to figure out what's going on. This isn't normal. That night, which was last night, I had an MRI. It was supposed to be a 2-hour-long MRI. And if you've ever had an MRI before, it's very hard to hold still. The first MRI I did was only 15 minutes. So this was definitely a drastic difference from that. I tried to power through, but at about an hour and 10 minutes in, I had to tap out because my entire body was in pain. It was the craziest pain I'd ever felt. Every part of my body was just so tense. So they said, okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Had to wait all day, but finally got an MRI about 4 hours ago. And this one was about 45 minutes, but right after I got my MRI done, I got results immediately. They were kind of throwing around the idea yesterday, and so I feel like I've kind of already processed in some ways that this would be the case. But I've been diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis. Yeah. I'm taking you guys through this with me in real time because like I said, I'm still processing this and it's just been a lot of information. It's hit me with a ton of bricks and I'm coming to terms with the fact that this is my new reality. The nurses here have been incredible and so empathetic and sat down with me and just made me feel really seen and heard, and I'm encouraged that I'll still be able to live a normal life even with this disease. I don't know the extent of my disease personally because I meet with a neurologist in the morning. So I'm hoping for good news. I'm hoping that that mine's going to be something that's going to be really manageable. It's interesting how everyone's symptoms are so different and how it affects each person so differently. Because from what I know about MS personally, is that it affects your vision. The people that I know that have MS like went blind, you know, or like lost vision all of a sudden, and that's how they were diagnosed. There's not a whole lot of stories that I've read or looked into that have started where I started, which is with the numbness in the legs. I do think Christina Applegate had like numbness in her toes, and that was her first sign. But most of the time I feel like it really affects your eyesight because there's like lesions in the brain. So when they did my brain scan, that's how they found out that I have it. But I also have it on my spine. So I don't know what that means. I don't know exactly like what my life is going to look like moving forward. But I suspect that I will find all of that information out tomorrow. So if I seem really calm right now, just know I cried a lot last night because my MRI tech kind of gave it to me straight and told me that they were suspecting that I had MS. So I was kind of able to process it last night in some ways, and just kind of had a hard time sleeping because I was so worried about it. So now that I know I do have it, it's kind of like, okay, well, let's figure out a plan to move forward because life goes on. I'm still a single mom. I'm a caretaker, and you know, I still got to take care of everyone else on top of taking care of myself. And I'm not very good at taking care of myself, to be 100% honest with you. So this seems like it's going to be kind of complicated, but there's no better time to learn to take care of yourself like being hit with autoimmune disease. So yeah, that's my life right now. And that's what I'm going through. I'm sure there's some of you watching this video right now who have MS yourself. So I guess I'm in the club. I guess that's my update right now. I will let you guys know what I find out in the morning.